Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sportsballin, your home for all things sports. My name is Ethan Markham, and as always, I'm joined by Connor Smith and Jace Vincent. You guys ready to talk some ball?
Absolutely. March Madness is underway, and we got some college baseball and a lot more to talk about. So, packed show.
It is a great week for sports, as always. You know, back here on a Monday. I was out for 2 weeks, but I'm back talking the best postseason tournament as well as college baseball.
It's going to be fun. We'll jump right on into it. A few days ago, on Tuesday night, Miami center Bam Adebayo dropped an insane 83 points on the Washington Wizards, making him second all-time for the most points in a game, passing Kobe Bryant's legendary mark of 81. But I already know that Connor has a bit of a different opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, this might be a bit of a hot take, but I think this is shameful basketball. All credit to Bam. Like, obviously, it's a great achievement, 83 points. It took him 43 shots from the field and 43 free throw attempts. He wasn't efficient either. It was one of the most efficient and shameful games of basketball I've ever, well, I didn't watch because no one watches the NBA, but one of the most shameful games of basketball I've ever read about.
I mean, but they weren't double teaming him, though, until he had like 70 points. So, I mean,
Dog,
give it to the high hand.
Dog, it took him,
I know he shot 43 free throws,
it took him 86 total shots.
I know he took him 43 free throws, but it's still great when you make 37 of them. Like, still.
He shot 16 in the fourth quarter. He was just flopping, and the refs were giving him what he wanted.
I'm accepting greatness regardless. I'm not saying that, but I mean, like,
he took more shots than he had points.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter.
86 shots to get 83 points.
I'll say this, he could have had a lot more if it weren't for the fact that in the fourth quarter, he just started chucking up threes because he wanted to see if he could get to the record.
22? Yeah. You're a big bro. What are we doing?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
It was working.
No, still, but having more points or having more shots than points, like, you have to admit, I mean,
it was very inefficient.
It's still 83 points, so I'll still respect the.
Okay. If somebody drops 48 points on 23% shooting, is that really a good day?
Okay, but this wasn't 48 points. It was
I know, but the point stays the same.
If Tennessee puts up 600 passing yards, but they throw the ball 60 times, is it really impressive?
I mean, that's 10 yards of completion.
It's still not great.
That's assuming they make everything, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so, I mean,
sorry,
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think it's one of those things where
86 passes. Is that
I think
impressive?
the numbers are a little inflated. I'll say that.
It's stupid.
This past week in the SEC men's basketball tournament concluded with the Arkansas Razorbacks taking down the Vanderbilt Commodores 86-75, capturing John Calipari's first title with the Hogs and Arkansas's first SEC championship since 2000. Guys, how do we feel about this game?
Super competitive, back and forth really the entire time, but Arkansas scored late to put the game away. Darius Acuff proved why he was the SEC Player of the Year. Drops 30 points, has 11 assists. He's the best guard in the country, argue with a wall. He's the best player on this team, and he's a big reason why they won by double digits over a good Vanderbilt team.
Absolutely. Acuff, easily, I think, in my opinion, the best freshman in the country.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say easily.
I don't know if I'd say that. I mean,
he's up there. Outside of Cam Boozer and outside of times when Darren Peterson plays.
Did AJ DeBanson just die?
And DeBanson didn't die. It's just you can rotate them sometimes, like when they go. But this game was basically out for a 4 seed, pretty much. That's the way that the seeding fell. Was Arkansas was 1 spot ahead of Vandy when the bracket came out. So it's not like the game didn't matter. Usually how the Sunday games go for conference tournaments, the game actually did matter for something in terms of seeding. But so it's good for Arkansas, and Vandy, still one of the hottest teams in the country, could have a good run.
I would say this doesn't take anything away from Vanderbilt. I mean, they looked dominant in the SEC tournament. Obviously, the big win over Florida, that's huge. Florida ended up being a 1 seed. But for Arkansas, what does this tell you about them as far as where they're going to be once we get the tournament started?
I think this is a dangerous team. I mean, they're what, a 4 seed right now? I mean, but they've got several really good players. Obviously, Coach Calipari, he's choked in some big moments, but there's no denying that he's one of the best coaches of the last 20, 30 years. So you've got one of the best coaches in college basketball, a complete roster led by him and Brazil. Really good team that could make a deep run, honestly.
And I think Arkansas is a really good team. I think that they're one of the best teams in the SEC. I mean, they won the tournament for a reason, but, I mean, we'll talk more about it later. I don't love how they're going to fall in terms of the tournament because of their bracket.
So we'll look at that a little bit more later. Last week, the Tennessee Titans officially unveiled their new logo and uniforms, ditching the color navy entirely along with the iconic flame logo. This move comes in an effort to build a new identity around their new regime and bring the Titans into a new era.
See, I'm kind of torn on these. On one hand, I love the blue jerseys, absolutely love them. I love the helmets and the new logo. Not a fan of the whites. Honestly, like, just not a fan of the white jerseys. It looks like if you took the Detroit Lion jerseys and just changed the font. Or sorry, not the font, but the colors. It looks very basic for my liking.
I think that, I really like the powder blues, but now the Titans aren't two-tone blue anymore. You can't call them two-tone blue.
Yeah.
But now they're just the Houston Oilers, just without the name.
I mean, it was their franchise.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying
I'm gonna miss the Navy. I'm gonna miss the navy blue. I don't know. It's just
I don't know. I just feel like the Navy was a big part of what made the Titans who they were, from distinct from the Oilers. And I think that.
give me back the flame.
I mean, another thing
I
is,
don't care.
another
Give me
thing is
back
I
the flame.
really like the logo,
Yeah.
but I feel like minimalism is a big cancer in our society.
See,
I agree with that.
It's fine, like less is more, but you can sometimes do too little. Although I will say I love the 6 strings on the shoulders of the blue jerseys representing.
I'm a helmet too.
Yeah, representing the guitar strings. I think that's an awesome touch. But like we said, the blues are awesome. Whites are all right.
One thing I do like is the secondary logo with the was it the cursive script writing?
Yes.
Titans? I do really
Yes.
Yes, those are gas.
I think it would be cool if they had an alternate uniform that still used the Navy. You know, just something. And I think the white jerseys would be better if they used more red, I think. But
Yeah,
it's
so
kind of
plain.
bland, you know, like you said. Just it looks like any other team, essentially. We'll take a quick break from the action, and when we return, we'll have college baseball up next.
There's only one thing that will save somebody's life, and that is naloxone nasal spray. Get 911 on the phone, get the emergency responses there on their way.
This past weekend in college baseball, we saw start of conference play for the SEC, headlined by a big matchup between number 21 Tennessee and number 6 Georgia. The Vols took game 1 against the Dogs, but would lose the next 2 in the series, including a 5-run blown lead in game 3. Fellas, how do we feel about both squads after this game?
I mean, I kind of come away from this feeling encouraged for both squads. Obviously, it's not the result you want if you're Tennessee. But listen, they played really well on Friday. They got 4 runs in 5 innings off one of the best starters in college baseball with Joey Volchko. Nasty stuff, absolutely disgusting. And they should have won Sunday. Now, obviously, you have to close games out going forward. But the fact that you were this close from taking 2 of 3 out of a really good Georgia team, you're going to come away with it with a bad taste in your mouth, but there's potential there.
And another thing I saw in especially the Sunday game was something that kind of rolled over from the Vitello coaching part was leaving a pitcher in too long.
Yeah.
And this part was Braden Krenzel. I mean, you can't leave him in when you give up 5 runs after he probably should have been pulled probably an inning beforehand. And I think that's a big part of it. And you have to try and kill momentum when you have it there.
Yeah, I think that's really what got them. You know, Coach Elander even said after the game that they like Krenzel, that's been their guy. But at a certain point, to your credit, it's the same issue we saw with Tony Vitello, and that eventually ended up killing them. We have to touch on it. It sucks, but the Stone Lawless moment might be one of the funniest things I've seen in recent memory from Tennessee athletics.
I mean, he really shouldn't have pimped it. Like, I understand you thought you got it. Georgia's a very small ballpark. And if you didn't even get it out there, it was a wall scraper, why are we bat flipping on a...
Hey, no, it wasn't a
Yeah.
bat flip, it was a bat slam.
Sorry. Why are you pimping
Bat
your,
slam.
your swing on a pitch that is barely going to get out of a tiny park?
Do you just want to, like, just correct him there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Meanwhile, in Murfreesboro, Kennesaw State traveled to take on Middle Tennessee for opening week of Conference USA play. The Blue Raiders would go on to win 2 of the 3 over the Owls, getting off to a strong start in conference play. Both me and Connor were there. It was a pretty good series.
Yeah, pretty good series. You've got 2 quality mid-major clubs. Obviously, we know what we have with Middle Tennessee. Kennesaw State's a good team too. They're 8-8, but coming into this series, they were 7-0 against mid-majors. All their losses have now come 3-game series at Florida, against Georgia, a ranked West Virginia, now MTSU. Really good series win for the boys.
Yeah, and I think it's a good start, especially to keep the train rolling for the Jerry Myers era and still continue that best season off to a good start, and fun to see how they keep things rolling. And it's a good start, especially because we've seen them lose series like this in the past under Jerry Myers.
I think one of the best moments of the game would be, or at least this series in general, would be Game 3 going up against Daniel Powell, who coming into that week. ERA of .60, right? They get 2 runs on him. They force him to be taken out of the game. I mean, this team has shown all season long that if they get things going, they can be really good against really about anybody.
And that's something that they didn't have in the last couple of years, was they would lose these close games just because they didn't have the veteran leadership and guys that can stay composed in the moment. They have that, and they also have some swagger. When we were doing media availability on Saturday, Owen Nowak told us after they got punked on Friday night, he said, and I quote, "We're going to come out tomorrow and beat the brakes off Kennesaw State." They won 13-2 on Saturday, then took the series on Sunday. So they can dish it out. They can also back it up.
Yeah, they did. So
it was a good series, especially Game 2. Now we'll go over to hear what's going on outside of the studio for the word on the street on Sportsballin.
Spring training is in full swing and opening day's right around the corner. So today we're getting students ready for the season. Here with
Xander.
Okay, Xander, you're going to tell me which teams are in these cities, okay?
Okay.
Cleveland.
Guardians.
Texas. Minnesota.
Texas cattle.
Okay. Short word.
I don't know that one.
W.
Twins.
Yes. Tampa Bay.
I keep wanting to say football names.
St. Louis.
Cardinals.
Colorado.
Colorado Peaks, like mountain peaks.
Okay, you were actually close on that one. They're
I know the names. This one, I actually probably don't know this one at all.
Okay, Grayson, you're going to tell me how many World Series titles these teams have won, okay?
Let's do it.
Since you're a Yankees fan, we'll start out easy. How many have the Yankees won?
Yankees have 27. Red Sox have, I believe, 8.
Close. Really close.
Oh, is it 10?
In between there.
It's 9. All right.
What about the Braves?
The Braves, all right, they won one in 2021. Smoltz and Tom Glavine back in the day.
95, yep.
Ooh. 3. Do they have 3?
Close.
They have 5?
In between.
There's 4. All right.
Houston Astros.
It'll be the AL West.
Chicago White Sox.
AL Central.
Cincinnati Reds.
NL Central.
Okay, Nate, you got 10 seconds. Name as many MLB teams as you can.
The Cubs, the Diamondbacks.
Okay. Houston Astros, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox.
the Dodgers. I'm blanking.
All right, we got the Tigers, White Sox, Guardians, Twins.
Reds.
Baltimore Orioles, the White Sox,
White Sox, Yankees, Cardinals.
Blue Jays, Yankees, Rays.
you got,
Time.
Okay.
That was good. That was good.
you know,
Red Sox, Yankees, Dodgers, Giants, Rockies, Diamondbacks.
Time. That was good. Ripping them off. I'm here with
Gio.
Okay, Gio, I'm going to tell you a player, and you got to tell me if they're in the Hall of Fame or not, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's start off strong. Derek Jeter.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ken Griffey Jr.
Hall of Fame.
Okay. Chipper Jones.
Yes.
Yes. Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan is in the Hall of Fame.
Rodriguez.
Oswald Rodriguez is not in the Hall of Fame.
just from the name's pretty legendary, so I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, so he's actually not. Swing and a miss here from a lot of students today, but I'm going to hit it back to the studio.
Welcome back. It's officially one of the best times of the year. March Madness has arrived. We've each built our brackets and picked a champion. And we're going to start things off by looking at Jace's pick.
My pick is for the 10th year in a row. We're going to pick Duke to win it all. So
18th year in a row?
I said the 10th year in a row. Someone's going to pick Duke. I think Duke wins it for the first time since 2015. And I think that their path, honestly, they have the toughest region. When you look at it, they have teams like St. John's, UConn, Michigan State, to name a couple that are in there. But I do think that Duke will come out of there and have an Elite Eight game against Michigan State and face Houston in the Final Four and win it all.
You know, before we move over, I want you to pull up your paper bracket.
Show off the bracket.
Show the crowd.
Here, if the camera can cut to me here, we got the paper bracket, brought it in for the show. My Final Four, we have Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. So 3 1 seeds and a 2. It's very chalky.
We have the same.
I'm going
Final Four.
Duke over Michigan to win it all.
Duke University. Ethan?
It's the same Final Four. The only difference that I picked out of him, our brackets are very much almost identical. Mine's just a little bit more joyous and whimsy with some upsets. But I instead am taking Michigan over Duke.
Bad decision, young man.
Because I love to argue. So that's where we're at.
Bad decision,
I
young
think
man.
we just got a preview of the national title a month ago.
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah, okay, pal. For me, I broke it up into my champion from each region. So we have Duke coming out of the East, Florida coming out of the South, Purdue out of the West, and Iowa State out of the Midwest. I have Duke and Purdue in the national championship. Don't love it. Don't love it. Well, for the Purdue part at least. I love Duke being there. They are my national champions. I think they win this one relatively easy. The only competition they have, in my opinion, is probably Florida and, well, really just Florida. I think they destroy everyone else. But Duke, super complete team, Cam Boozer, all those guys. The big storyline about Duke, that I will say, Caden Boozer is going to have to step up for the Blue Devils this March Madness.
And, yeah, no, I agreed. Duke will get Patrick Gungba back for the tournament, but still, I mean, they're still going to be shorthanded. And I don't look at the bracket. I mean, the one we haven't touched on is Tennessee, because I think that Tennessee is very bipolar, and they're going to be out in the round of 32. So
wow, pretty early.
Because they're going to lose to Virginia. And I think Virginia's a week 3 seed, but they're going to lose to Virginia because they're Tennessee.
Or we overachieve this year.
And we go to the Sweet 16.
Positivity.
And they go to the Sweet 16.
And then it goes bad. Yeah. So maybe we'll go to the Sweet 16 and then they'll go bad. I like Arkansas to make a little bit of a run in this tournament. I do. You know what? Because Calipari's not at Kentucky anymore. So he's kind of gotten rid of the, you know what I mean? Because the last few years for Kentucky, when Calipari was there, they were just buns anytime we'd get to March. I think that it's a little bit different. They obviously went to the Sweet 16 last year. A-Cup's been just insane the last month. I like Arkansas to make it to the Sweet 16 again, or even maybe make a push to the Elite Eight.
See, I'm going to go a different route, I guess Arkansas is not a new blood, but like they have found a lot of success in basketball recently. I'm going to go with Wisconsin. They've not really been relevant in the tournament since 2015, whenever they made the national title. I like their team. I think they're complete. They've got some good big play. They've got a tough region, but I could definitely see them and Iowa State both make some noise, maybe get to the Elite Eight Final Four.
And see, the thing about that is the potential matchup in the round of 32 between Wisconsin and Arkansas, I think would be one of the best matchups in the first weekend, because there are two teams. If you think of Wisconsin, you think of slow basketball, I think of scoring in the 60s, but they've actually got elite offense, so I think that matchup there would set up well, and I think that whoever wins that game gets put up by Arizona, honestly, in the Sweet 16.
I don't like Arizona. I don't like Arizona. I just don't.
Miami, Ohio.
is not going to make it out of the
For
first
the love of the
four.
game. No, I mean, yeah, probably not, but
Dude,
still.
they're so bad. They've been playing close games against garbage cans.
But another team I really love is Illinois. Also, I do really love Illinois. Not just because of the metrics, but I do think Illinois is a really good team.
They are, man. And like they started the season slow. Got beat by Alabama, I think, in the first week. Didn't play their best basketball until mid-season. They started to hit, and then they got rolling, and now they're rolling into March Madness with a lot of momentum. They're also a dangerous team. Good pick. Finally a ball knowledge moment.
Now there's a team to talk about.
Yeah.
Alabama right now, in light of the news from earlier today.
See, I thought that Alabama was a Sweet 16 lock until Aiden Holloway gets arrested for a pound of marijuana. We're going to win first round,
I
but
said we.
yeah, I'm on the team. But second round is, I don't know, dude. Like, Texas Tech does not have JT Topham. I think they get put out. Like, that changes everything.
I think the Midwest is such a fun bracket to look at because there's such variability in that bracket. Like, you have Texas Tech, they could lose to Akron. You have Georgia and St. Louis, who could probably be first to 100, wins that game. You have Kentucky and Santa Clara, could be one of the best games. I mean, even looking at now, if Alabama doesn't have Aiden Holloway, Hofstra plays slow, so it could limit possessions really with that Alabama game.
It's either going to be a really close game or an absolute track meet. No in between.
I think one last team I'd like to touch on, just because I always pick a random team that I have a good feeling about, VCU. What are your thoughts on VCU?
I think VCU wins a game, and then they get destroyed by Illinois.
Wins a game.
They win a game against North Carolina.
All right, I'll take it. We'll be back here in a moment where we'll have our favorite segment. It's Connor's Question right after this.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of you or your families, asking you to put yourself in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep you secure for the rest of your life. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
This is how you say, "It's going to be okay," to someone who just lost everything. That yes, we'll find you somewhere to stay. And yes, your children will have breakfast. Every 8 minutes, the Red Cross responds to a disaster and makes this promise. Help us keep it.
A smile. It's simple, really. Yet, it can do amazing things. It can show how we feel. It can brighten someone's day. It can even change the course of our lives. But what would life be like if you weren't able to smile? For more than 1 million children, this is their daily struggle. It doesn't have to be this way. Since 1999, Smile Train has been helping children experience the simple joy of a smile that so many of us take for granted. To learn how you can help Smile Train change the world one smile at a time, call or go to smiletrain.org/learn.
We'll now welcome you back for our favorite segment of the week. It's Connor's Question. And Connor, what do you have for us this week?
Thanks, Ethan. This week I have, who should the Titans take at 4th overall? There are several picks that have been rumored. You've got Jeremiah Love, Ruben Bain, Carnell Tate. I'm going to say personally Ruben Bain, but what do you guys think?
You want to go first?
I have a little bit of a weird take on this because I like Ruben Bain a lot. But, you know, short arms, normally I wouldn't say. Normally, I know, listen, just listen. Normally, I wouldn't care. But after watching Will Campbell just get dog-mauled in the Super Bowl, and he has the same kind of problem, I'm a little hesitant to go that route.
See, that's different.
Recency bias.
That's different.
So what I would do is, low-key, in a draft class that's not that good and is probably going to get a few guys fired, I would trade back. And I would try and trade back to maybe the 12th, 13th pick, see if you can get another pick in the round or maybe get a first-rounder next season. I would trade back and get a little bit more capital and then just bank that you can make the right moves in free agency, which so far I feel like they've done. So that's what I would do.
Right now, I would still go Ruben Bain.
Yes.
But I can see the Jeremiah Love hype because I feel like you get another piece to help Cam Ward out, and I feel like Tyjae Spears is not the answer for the future for Tennessee offensively.
Yeah.
Because he is not able to stay on the field for 17 games, and I think Jeremiah Love's a generational talent.
He's not a difference maker
He
when
is
he's
not
on the field either.
No. Sorry, we throw around that word generational way too much. The only generational player in this draft class is Caleb Downs. Argue with the wall. But to go back on your point, I understand the whole short arms thing. The difference in that is Will Campbell. Like, if you have short arms, you have to have skills like with your speed and first step and strong hands to offset that. Will Campbell does not. Ruben Bain has proven, even throughout the CFP, he even tore up Indiana. With short arms, it doesn't matter. He can get around it and produce at a high level. He's not going to be a guy that goes in and gets 7 or 8 sacks a year, but he's an elite run stuffer, and he's someone that I personally think would fit Saul's defense to a T.
I think he'd fit the defense well. I'm not like, I admit, it's definitely recency bias. But I think that this is a class that I look at, and there's not anything that like really stands out to me. It's a very mid class. So either you take Bain, but if there's even a bit of you that says like, I don't know if this is the move, I would trade back and try and get more capital, get more pieces for Cam Ward. I wouldn't take Jeremiah Love, not because I don't think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah.
But if you take him 4th overall, you're banking that he's immediately going to be a top 5 running back in the league, and I just don't see that, especially not behind Tennessee's O-line.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's not a 20 carries a game. But I think like he's a generational running back.
I would agree. We're not going to wrap things up, and when we come back, we'll end things off with our picks for the week here in a moment.
The stars come to Middle Tennessee State University, and students come here to become stars no matter what they pursue. We're the only college of media and entertainment in the world, just outside the heart of Nashville.
Look, mic check, 1, 2, everybody listen. When you do it like this, ain't no competition. I'm talking B.I.G., VIP. Treat them like a front row seat and make them pay attention. If I shoot for the 3, then I ain't never missing. Cranking up the degrees like I was in the kitchen. Can't lose, got too much to prove. And when you do it all, it get too hard to do it.
Our curriculum and facilities are cutting edge, and our relationships with industry leaders give students an edge over the competition. Check it out. You can get real-world experience with degrees in recording industry, media arts, journalism and strategic media, and more. Media and entertainment at Middle Tennessee State University.
Can you see me? Because I feel like I'm invisible. Like if it weren't for the news, no one would think of this place. But here we have bright spirits and vivid dreams. If only the world could see.
Some places have the power to transform us, connect us, move us. This is the power of place, the power of parks and open spaces to improve cities, communities, and ourselves. This is the work of the Trust for Public Land, putting open space within reach of every person in America. Help us create the power of place and healthier, happier communities nationwide.
Now here, our last segment for the night, our picks for the week, starting off with Vanderbilt and McNeese.
See, this is a sneaky upset, but I'm not gonna pull it. I think Vandy wins. It's close, but they pull away late.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great game, honestly, down to the wire, and I will take Vandy to win by like 8.
Yeah.
I love to argue, so I'm going to go ahead and take McNeese. Our second game, Houston and Idaho.
Houston by 50.
Houston. Idaho hasn't been in the tournament in like 35 years, so Houston.
I would agree, Houston by a lot. Our third game, Arkansas and Hawaii.
This is the game where the ghost of John Calipari, goodness, his pass comes back, but they end up winning by like 15.
Yeah, I mean, I love Hawaii. We all love Hawaii and the Rainbow Warriors. So give me Arkansas, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's close to the half, but Arkansas pulls away. And then to wrap things up, Iowa State and Tennessee State.
Tennessee State's going to win. No, I'm just kidding. Iowa State by like 1 million.
I would love to see Tennessee State win for the mid-state, but we're going to go Iowa State.
I would love to see a Tennessee State win. Iowa State typically underachieves, but come on, it's going to be Iowa State. That's all the time we have for tonight. We thank you for tuning in. And remember to look for all future episodes of Sportsballin on YouTube and Blue Raider TV every week on Tuesday. For Connor Smith and Jace Vincent, I'm Ethan Markham. We'll see you around. Good night.